Hi everyone, thank you for joining today. My name is Amanda. Today's class is a really quick, a really easy standing warm-up. So typically in Pilates classes, or even if you're taking classes here, a lot of times you're spending all your time on the mat, laying down on your side or on your back. So this is just a great way to be up on your feet, to be warming up your body in gravity in a standing position. You can do it on its own, so this can just be like your movement or your workout for the day, or feel free to tack this on to any other workout that you're either doing here on the channel or that you're just doing in life. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You don't need any props. You don't even need your mat if you don't like to see me standing here on the floor. And I just want you just to take a minute, just find your feet on the ground. Just let yourself come into where you are, just noticing your feet, trying to feel the big toe, your baby toe, your heel, pressing down into the floor, feeling the solid structure, and then letting the rest of your body just kind of line itself up on top so the shoulders are resting somewhere over your ankles. You have your head balanced in between your shoulders, and you're not holding any tension through the body, right? The knees can have a soft bend, shoulders are relaxed. I'm going to have you take one hand and bring it onto your sternum, the other hand wrap it around to the side of your rib cage, and we're going to start with breath. So as you inhale, I want you to feel the upper ribs, your sternum, lifting into your hand, and then feel those side ribs expanding out into that other hand. So you have this lift and side expansion, and then just exhale out through the mouth. And if you want to close your eyes here, you can as well, just to really enter back into your body. And again, taking an inhale through the nose, feeling that chest rise like a pump handle, that rib cage expands side like the lifting of a bucket handle, and then exhaling out through the mouth one more time like that on this side. Inhale. And exhaling out. Let's repeat that on the other side. So now we have that other hand on the chest, the other hand wrapped around the side rib cage. Let's take a nice full breath in. And then exhaling out like you're blowing out those birthday candles. And again, inhale. Trying to notice and direct the breath into both hands. And exhaling out. And again, another full breath in. And exhaling out through the mouth. Hands coming down. We're going to start to wake up the pelvis and lumbar area. So we're going to take an inhale. On the exhale, I want you to nod the chin to start to round the upper back down. So the hands are finding the tops of your thighs. And then go ahead, softly bend the knees. And think of reaching the tail and reaching the chest out. So you're in this hinge position, but a nice neutral, long spine. Now from here, we're going to go into an imprint and release. So we're taking a breath in. And now on the exhale, just like we would on the mat, I want you to connect through the obliques, feeling the lower top of the pelvis kind of draw up towards the rib cage, feeling this gentle lengthening through the lower back. We're going to take an inhale here, and then on that exhale, we're going to return the pelvis right back to that neutral. So we're sitting a small movement through the pelvis, the lumbar, and the hip. We take an inhale here. On the exhale, we feel the pelvic floor start to draw up, the transverse abdominis, and then the obliques kick in. And we have that small imprint, pelvis to ribs. Inhale, and exhale, returning back to neutral. We're going to do this one more time on this 4-breath pattern. Inhale, exhale, imprint, pelvis to ribs. Inhale to stay. And exhale, returning right back to neutral. Now we're going to do it on 2 breaths. We take an inhale. On that exhale, we imprint. And then on that inhale, we release. Again, exhale, imprint. Inhale, lengthen, release. It should feel nice and natural. Again, exhale, connecting obliques, drawing up bottom to top. And inhale, release. Last time, exhale, imprint. Inhale, release. And now just let the legs straighten, let the spine round. Go ahead, press down through the feet, roll all the way back up. And now we're gonna move into spine rotation. We're gonna take an inhale, we're gonna come back into that same position. So we're gonna nod that chin again, hands finding the thighs, and then we kind of release tail to head. So we're in this neutral position with a flexed hip. Now from here, we're gonna take the right hand, bring it to the outside of that left thigh, and that left arm is reaching forward. We take an inhale. Now on the exhale, we're gonna rotate. Think of rotating through the pelvis, the ribs, the sternum, and then returning right back center. So this nice full rotation. There's a little shift, so like I'm shifting over into my right foot, I'm feeling my left side pelvis open back, and I'm moving all the way up the spine and returning back center. It's an inhale and exhale. You can also play with the breath. Move how it feels natural for your body, and back. 2 more. In, open, and back. 1 more time. So rooting down with the feet. Coming back center. Now that left hand, right arm is reaching forward. Again, inhale and exhale. Feeling this full rotation, starting from the pelvis, moving up and coming back center. And again, in, exhale, 2 more. In and back. 1 more time. Rotate, coming back. Let's let everything drop down again. Pushing down through the feet, coming all the way up. And now, initiating from the ankles, just let the body just kind of rotate and slap. So feeling now this spiral coming from the ankles, moving all the way up. And let the arms just swing and hit, just waking up that fascial system through the body, the tissue that lays on top of that musculature. Swinging for 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1, and now stopping center here. We're going to move into the hips. So now bring that right foot forward. So I just have the ball of the foot down. I don't know if you can actually see my foot the way I have this camera angled, but I'm rooted down on that stabilizing leg, and now I'm just pretending like I'm squishing a bug. I'm just internally rotating and externally rotating, just in and out. And you can start with that slow, but just let yourself start to move. Playing with the pace, just mobilizing that hip joint, in and out. After a few times, just mobilizing here. Now we're just going to go into this little swing pattern. So now we're challenging our balance a little bit as well. So I'm still rooted down in that stable leg. I'm thinking of my big toe, my baby toe, my heel pressing down. I have this gentle connection through the core, but I'm not gripping through my body. And now I'm taking my leg and I'm just going to swing forward and back. Got no rhyme or reason. Playing with that pace, I can let it internally and externally rotate. As you see, my arms just naturally started to swing with it. And let this be this a little playful. Feeling yourself grounded down. Swinging for 4, 3, 2, 1, and stopping here. And just kind of notice now how you're starting to feel on that side of your body. And then we're going to repeat it on the other side. So we have that ball of the foot down, and we're just starting with a simple internal and external rotation. Again, I'm grounding down in that stable leg. So I was cueing before, like I was mirroring you. I think now if you're watching this, we'll be doing opposite sides. So I'm standing on my right foot, mobilizing my left. Just keep moving on the side that you're on. Internal, external, you can speed it up a little bit. You can slow it down. Just my balance a little bit. And then stopping here, challenging that balance, just moving into that swing pattern, forward and back. Big or small, fast or slow, depending on how you feel. And let the arms start to move with it. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just letting it come down. Working our way up the body. We're going to have our arms reaching forward, palms facing in. And now we're going to pretend like we're grabbing onto a rope, and we're going to retract and pull back, feeling that nice retraction through the scapula, and then we're going to push forward, feeling this protraction. We're pulling back, feeling this gentle retraction, and then pushing forward. Now let the spine move with it as we retract, let yourself lift, extend, and then push, let it flex. Pull, extend, push. Now see if your feet can play a part of this. Think of pressing the feet down as we lift the sternum up. Think of drawing up through the abdominals as we push and protract. In, so we have this energy throughout the entire body, creating a sense of tension and integrity, reaching as we move through these positions and this movement through the scapula. 4, 3, you may notice the body just starting to heat up a little bit. 2, 1, keeping the arms forward, coming back to center. Now we're just going to alternate this. So we're going to go into a push and a pull. So I'm pulling back with the right, pushing forward with my left, and that creates a rotation. You want it to be equal, push and pull, to create this equal rotation. But again, notice what happens down at the feet. Let that rotation come from bottom to top, and then pass through center and switch. Feel that energy, push and pull, but then also lifting up through the crown of the head. So you're also feeling this up and down with the feet pressing down, the crown of the head reaching up. Don't be afraid to let the pelvis move here a little bit. Reach and reach. 4, 3, 2, 1, coming back center here. So we move the spine, flexion, extension, we rotated. Now we're going to start to move into some lateral movements as well. So we're going to start with just the arm. We're going to bend and just lift up on an inhale. But again, feel your right foot pressing down, right arm reaching up, and then just bring it back down. Inhale, lift, and exhale, bring it down. 2 more like this. In, think of creating space through the side, and down, lift, and coming down now, adding lateral flexion, up, side bend. Think of that right foot pressing down, right fingers reaching over, and come down. In, and exhale. In, and down. 1 more time. In, and coming down, back to the left side, just the arm. Lift, and down. Press down through the foot, reach up through the fingers. 2 more. Lift, and down. 1 more time. And down, add that side bend, up, side bend, create space through the body, and back. Think lifting up, then over, and back. That's it. Don't be afraid to make this big, throughout this whole warm-up, actually, don't be afraid to take up space and move in a little more playful ways and coming down. Now again, we're just gonna bounce the body a little bit. Again, thinking more about our fascial system, that tissue, waking up that surrounds the musculature to help create just a little sense of buoyancy and awakeness through the body. So this is a little bit more sensory, a little bit silly. You might feel really uncomfortable, but that's okay. I just want you to notice how you feel now, because I'm gonna have you check in and then notice how you feel after. So what I have now is I have your feet in a staggered position. I'm actually gonna tip this down a little bit so you can see my maybe feet a little bit more. Yeah. So I'm in just like a staggered position here. My right foot is in front of the left. And all I'm doing here now is just bouncing. Don't think about it. Again, go at your pace, what feels right for your body, but think of just like a bouncy ball or even like a rubber band. Just down, 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 bounce. We're in parallel, and now we're gonna turn out. So my toes are facing out. Still keeping that same sense of bounce. Just letting the whole body move as well. And now I'm gonna turn in. So my toes, my hip joints are all rotated inwards. Keeping my breath going. And now I'm going to just stop. And just kind of notice even now, especially that back leg, how you're feeling, especially through your ankles and your feet. Should feel quite nice. Let's swing it around to the other side. Let's do that other way, down. Just bouncing down here. Again, starting just to feel like that rubber band consistency or that bouncy ball. Let the head go. You can like sway side to side with the hips. Turning out. So my toes are facing out. My hips are externally rotated. Still keeping that same rhythm, but can still again move. And now I'm going to let everything turn in. Internally rotated. Reaching. Again, I'm just moving the way my body feels it wants to move right now, so you can follow with it or just kind of take it as your own inspiration to kind of feel and check in with your own body. And stopping here. Again, just notice how your feet, how your knees, how your hips feel from before. And now we're just in a nice wide here position, parallel. We're going to go back to that bounce. But now we're actually going to go into a little bit more stimulating. We're going to let the heels start to bounce and press down. So it's like I'm slamming my heels down into the ground and letting, again, that rubber band feeling like they're just bouncing right back up. Pound, pound, pound. If you're in a brownstone or have neighbors underneath you, you can apologize later. Just moving down. And if this starts to feel comfortable, you can stay here, you can even stay just with the bounce. Let yourself here, maybe move into a little higher. Maybe your toes are leaving the ground, maybe you're staying just with the balls of the feet. Then I can let yourself continue to move into this bounce, this little jump like I'm doing here. Again, should feel like a nice rebound. Like there's not any pressure on the knees or the hips or the ankles, right? Because we've warmed up that area, and you can let yourself shift side to side. Letting my hips go, letting my arms swing. Ankles working through the feet for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and stop. And again, just kind of take an inventory. should just feel kind of like this gentle hum throughout the entire body. The sense of freedom of movement, the sense of opening, almost like just like this lubricating through the joints. At least that's what I'm noticing within my body. Not to mention my heart rate is up a little bit. And I'm smiling. It just feels really good to be playful with your movements. And I'm just gonna ask you to kind of just settle in again. So we have like big toes, baby toes, heels. And now let's just nod that chin and let the spine round all the way down. Knees bend softly, hands come down, let the whole body hang. And then just pressing down, rolling all the way back up. One more time, inhale and exhale. Nodding and rounding down. Breathing in and then pressing down through the feet. And rolling all the way back up. All right, so whatever you're doing from here, I hope that it's great. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thanks for moving with me and being a little silly with me. So I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, I would love to hear from you, and I would love to hear if you would like more videos with work like that added into this page as well. That would be super helpful. But anyway, I hope that you have a great day, and thank you for joining me here, and I hope that you do again soon.